Hi everyone, welcome to our video today. Today we are talking about daily stand-up meetings. What are they? Who participates? And a lot more. So first of all, let's start with a bit of introduction about the daily stand-up meetings. I think it's the most used agile ceremony that has been adopted by a lot of companies, even though they are not doing agile. They are still doing these daily stand-up meetings because they are so useful. Basically, this stand-up meeting is the moment of the day when the entire team comes together and synchronizes about what they are going to do in the next day. It is really very powerful to do it as a team because it's the moment you can make sure that everyone starts their day, that everyone is on the same page, that if there are any things to clarify, they are getting addressed in that call. Now, what is very powerful about this stand-up meeting is that if you do it every single day and you do it as per the book, you are not going to have issues like people come in the morning, they start to do whatever they feel like, not necessarily what is important, what they have to be focused on. And little by little, people start to get attracted by things which for them may seem more interesting, but not necessarily what it was planned. So that's why it's really important to have this meeting as per the book. And now let's see what the book says about it. Who participates? The entire Scrum team, including the product owner and the Scrum Master. Yes, there are no exception about it unless you are out of office, unless you are sick. Everyone really participates to this call. There are no exceptions. It's every single day and it is 15 minutes long. Don't drag it longer because it doesn't bring you more benefits. If you feel that the team has grown a lot and it's not manageable to have it in 15 minutes, that means that you should probably cut the team. And if you have more than 8 people on a stand-up call, most probably it's already too much. So think about breaking it into 2 teams or in more if you have more people. But don't take longer. Why we need to do it, I just said because we really need a point to synchronize and collaborate in achieving the sprint goals. Not in working, we are not doubting that people are working, but we want to make sure that everyone is focused on the sprint goal and nothing else. We want to make sure that everything that is outside the sprint goal is taken into consideration by the Scrum Master, and he's facilitating to make sure that the team is really focusing on what's important, which is the sprint goal. All this being said, let's have a look in the agenda. Everyone is saying what they did the day before to advance on the sprint goal. We don't care about anything else that is not the sprint goal. Yeah. Now, then they will say what they will do today in order to advance on the sprint goal. And then if there are any blockers that will block the team to achieve the sprint goal, they have to be raised. Because the Scrum Master is taking these blockers and it's his job to make sure that those are addressed and resolved so the team can focus on what they know better, and that is working on the deliverables, what is part of the sprint goal. Now, while we are doing these meetings in the morning, especially at the beginning, we have this tendency of doing demos, of explaining what we did. Let me show you, I have a question, and then the things start to drag into a completely different discussion. And we end up having like 1 hour, 2 hour morning calls of synchronizing between ourselves, which actually that's not the point. We don't want that. We really want it short, concentrated. We want to know what everyone contributes during the day for the sprint goal. And if there are any blockers, so we focus on resolving them. So, but if there are things that need to be addressed, of course, we're not going to cut them because they are going to be impediments at the end of the day. So we make an agenda of something called meet after. So after we are done with the stand-up call, we can have other calls to clarify the topics that we have. It's very important that we keep one meeting per topic. Otherwise, if we mix them all together, we may end up in very long calls again. So that's another point. So meet after is very, very important. And again, not the whole team needs to attend to this meet after. Or maybe we may need someone from outside the team. So in that aspect, the Scrum Master will help to facilitate it. Several questions. Oops, sorry. Can I skip the stand-up meeting? No, no, no. You cannot skip the daily stand-up meeting. It's very, very important. Discipline is something that makes the things perfect, makes the thing excel. Think about an athlete. Do you think so people get to do performance? Do you think that people get to win gold medals by today I'm going to do the training, tomorrow maybe not, and then the day after I may think maybe today I'm late, maybe tomorrow I'm starting differently? No, they do train every single day. They have a clear schedule. They are every day on time. They're very serious about it and very disciplined. So the most powerful thing that the stand-up meeting achieves is discipline. It ensures that everyone starts the day, that everyone is focused on a common goal, and that the message is passed, that there is communication among the team. And if there hasn't been any moment during the day that the team may not have the time to collaborate, to synchronize on certain topics, the daily stand-up meeting is the safe place that will surely happen every single day. So yes, we cannot skip this meeting. And another thing which is very important, at the beginning when we start a project, when we start working with Agile, we are very, very enthusiastic and we tend to be very focused on the sprint goals. However, as the months pass by, you will notice that after 2-3 months, if we don't have a strong Scrum Master to emphasize that this meeting has to be every single day, we will see that the meeting is being skipped. We will see that the team members are being dragged by someone else, by other stakeholders, by the boss, by someone else that needs something, and we end up with sprint goals not being resolved, not being achieved. We end up with we don't know what we spend the time on. We start to have a lot of issues. So definitely you cannot skip the daily stand-up meeting. Question number 2. Do we do stand-up meetings during the review day? Yes, we do. Now, if the review day is in the morning, so if we start the day with a sprint review, of course we don't do any stand-up meeting, there is no point. But if the sprint review is in the afternoon, at the end of the day, yes, we do daily stand-up meetings. And why I'm so keen about that is because the day of the review, it's not the day to push any extra things. It's rather the day of consolidating what we have, making sure that everything is deployed, making sure that everything is clean and neat. If we haven't done it yet, this is definitely the moment to do it. So the moment when I'm running the daily stand-up meetings in the day of the sprint reviews, I'm remembering the teams that it's not a day to push anything further. What was achieved, we had a whole sprint to be consistent. The last day, we really should not mess up the things, and we should make sure that everything is nicely packed, is done, what it was done is done. Now, question number 3. Why do I need to say what I worked on yesterday? Because I said it yesterday and everyone knows. I've seen this a lot in the teams actually. Yes, it's true. Everyone knows what you worked on, but if there was no time during the day to synchronize, and there are tough times in projects, right? Agile projects have maybe more pressure than the others. They have this constant pressure of delivering every single day and providing value every single day and being focused on the sprint goals every single day. And while we are very focused in bringing our individual contributions to the team, we may not be aware about what the other team members did, what our colleagues worked on, what they maybe needed it and they couldn't achieve it, what we forgot, things like this. So it's really a very good moment to take. It literally takes 5 minutes of your day to know what your entire team did yesterday to contribute. So it's so valuable for the team to be aware what the others worked on. It builds so much the team spirit that I found it very powerful. So I will not remove it. Question number 4. Should the product owner be part of the daily stand-up? Yes, yes, yes. I see a lot that at the beginning they are part of the stand-up and then they try to snake out and do something else because they are very busy. They should be part of it because the product owner is really bringing a lot of value to the team. And it's not only in the saying the requirements. Product owner is not a business analyst who says this is how the things should be and these are the specifications you the team implemented. No, that's not the point. The point is that he's part of the team. He's part of the Scrum team. He works with the team in clarifying the stories, but he's also working with the team that the implemented stories are according to what he specified, what's his intent. He's not testing, right? So just to make sure that we don't confuse his contribution with a testing contribution, the team is able to bring the stories from the beginning all the way to the end, but he's important to be there to bring the information there to answer to the team. Is really the same way that if there hasn't been any time during the day before to get an update about where we are, that's his point, to get an update on the things and also to know where the things are when the team needs him. So, and it's just 15 minutes of the time, and it's also good because it makes him disciplined as well. So definitely the product owner should be part of it. It's true that not all the teams have that, and I see it quite often that the product owner is not really part of the daily stand-ups. And I can tell you that the teams which have the product owner during the stand-ups are going more smooth than the ones which don't have the product owner there. So yes, please attend product owners to the daily stand-up meeting. Well, thank you very much for listening to this. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I will be more than happy to answer to them. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.